Dying boyfriend's last words expose his girlfriend's his girlfriend's evil.
What's going on?
Got a lot of blood on the floor.
This is Jordan Kim just moments after finding his roommate bleeding out on the floor of their Florida Keys home. And this
It's always Florida.
is Brittany Holbrook. Within minutes, Brittany will tell the police that she had no idea how her boyfriend ended up shot in the back. But what
I don't know why I find that so funny. It's like she comes out, oh, he got shot in the back. I got no clue. She was fine just a second ago. And all of a sudden he had a bullet wound through his back. I'm telling you, this shit's crazy. There might be a ghost up in here or something.
investigators uncover tells a very different story. As the night unfolds, her account begins to shift from panic to confusion to self-defense. And by the time the truth starts to surface, detectives realize that this wasn't an accident after all. It was the beginning of one of the most tragic domestic murder cases the Florida Keys has ever seen.
Come on. It's bad.
Bro, we've had our fair share of shitty acting. But you're not in the theater, honey. You're not like auditioning for a part in a movie, okay? Like this isn't like a Shakespearean death. Oh, what forsaken thee? Why hath thou dieth upon me? Falls to knees. Oh, merciful God, why?
You mentioned that he had said something to you. When was
Yeah,
that?
but it's like the only two things he said was, "The please call 911," and then he said the other part.
It was almost 3 a.m. on Saturday, June the 17th of 2023, when a call came in to the Moore County 911 system.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
Hi, my roommate is in pretty bad shape. He's hurt.
He's hurt?
He's hurt real bad. Yeah, there's a lot of blood on the
Okay, but what? There's a lot of blood. How did he get hurt?
There was an argument. We got woken up. I just know I need some help, please.
Okay, I'm going to send someone right now, but I need to know what's going on.
He's got him on the blood on the floor.
Okay, did he cut himself? Did he hurt himself?
Yeah. Romeo, I'm gonna die type shit. Chat, I performed as Romeo in Romeo and Juliet in a high school performance, by the way. And I'm just gonna say it, Shakespeare is a fucking lying, deceitful bitch, tricking everyone into thinking that saying thy, thou, doth, hath with th at the end of everything makes you smart. It doesn't. It makes you stupid. It makes you look dumb. Learning all those lines, bro, fuck Shakespeare. Like learning all that dumb shit, awful.
Cut himself?
No, he's hurt. Please.
Okay, I'm sending help, but how did he start bleeding?
I don't know.
Did someone cut him?
Did you miss the part where he says he doesn't know?
Did he?
No, I
did
don't
someone?
know. I don't know what happened, but I really...
That's old English. You're telling me, like, 100 years ago, people were just walking around saying doth and thou? Nah. That's why it's called Shakespearean, not Old English. It's called Shakespearean because Shakespeare made a fake-ass, stupid language to make sure that in the future, high school kids would have to learn this bullshit. And he's over there laughing in his grave, being like, ha, you idiots. That's not even English. It's fucking nonsense. You're speaking nonsense, you idiot. And I'm over here like just fucking freaking out on stage, not knowing what I'm saying.
Need someone.
Okay. Is he conscious and breathing?
In and out. In and out.
He's in and out. Where is the blood coming from?
Brittany, where is he bleeding from? In his back.
In his back?
In his back.
Do you see any weapons? Do you see any weapons anywhere?
No, I do not.
A man was bleeding out, and his time was
listen
running
to
short.
Runner, Chad.
Police
Listen to
officers
Runner.
and emergency crews were quickly dispatched to the scene. Maybe they could save him. Maybe they could find the answers to the questions of what had happened and who might be responsible.
Good, how are you?
Great.
What's going on?
I woke up today, got a lot of blood on the floor.
Okay.
She woke me up like
Okay.
half an hour ago, 15 minutes ago. I'm not sure exactly, but I've been sleeping. I don't know exactly what happened.
Okay. So you woke up and saw this?
I heard a scream.
You heard a scream?
She woke me up.
Who woke you up?
My roommate's girlfriend.
Okay.
And he's bleeding from somewhere in his back. I didn't hear a noise. I don't know what exactly happened.
Okay.
But there's a lot of blood on the floor. He's like in and out of consciousness.
So you couldn't see his back. So the scream woke you up, or it woke you?
No, I heard her come down the hallway.
So his girlfriend is
yelled my name. It's Jordan.
Okay.
Like,
This is Jordan Kim. He's a commercial fisherman who works out in the Gulf of Mexico, fishing for grouper and snapper. He came back in a couple of days early from a 2-week
Doggies.
trip and spent the evening drinking on the downstairs patio with his two roommates, Tyler Newlish and Brittany Holbrook, a couple. Things have gone terribly wrong tonight, and he doesn't seem to fully understand what's happened. Upstairs, the scene is worse.
Come on.
Okay.
It's bad. All right. Don't know what's going on. She's holding pressure on a wound on the back that she won't let anyone see, and I took this.
okay.
She won't let anyone see?
Is it hot?
That's why I haven't checked yet. I was waiting to make sure somebody else was here first. Now it's not. No. But there is one missing.
Brittany
So the gun is there. Okay. So it's blatantly obvious that she's the one who did it.
is completely beside herself in anguish as the EMTs go to work on her boyfriend of 9 months. His blood covers her hands. Their dogs are worked up and crying out of a back room, out of the way of the emergency workers. They get Brittany out so they can work on the young man who is barely holding on to life.
So what happened?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I went to sleep. I don't know.
That's all you got? That's all you got? You went to sleep. I don't know.
Over there.
Mike Papa, 37B MMP.
Did you hear a gunshot? Huh?
No. I went to sleep.
Dude, it's like it just doesn't even sound like she's a real person. I went to sleep. I don't know. I went to sleep. I don't know.
Downstairs, as medics work to bring a gurney for Tyler, deputies begin talking with Jordan, the man who made the 911 call.
All right, so this was about 30 minutes ago, you said, right?
I mean, it's probably more like 10. It just happened real fast.
Right, I get it.
I was on the phone. I don't know how long before with 911.
Okay, yeah.
And it was probably maybe 3 minutes before that.
Okay.
When I was woken up. And trying to put it together, I didn't really realize what was all happening, and I still don't know. I just
Gotcha.
know he was bleeding from somewhere in his back.
Okay. So his girlfriend's, what's his girlfriend's name?
Brittany.
Brittany. So you heard Brittany scream.
Yeah, she yelled, Jordan, please help.
And your name is Jordan?
Yes.
Okay. So Jordan, please help. You come out of your room, and then he just laying there on the ground.
She's holding him, laying on the ground.
She's holding him.
He
Did
was
you
still
see
conscious.
did you see anything around, like a knife, any type of weapon at all?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a pistol, but I think I would have heard a shot.
There's a pistol?
I'm pretty sure
Where's the
that-
pistol located?
I saw one on the floor when I came out of the room.
You saw a pistol on the floor when you came out of the room?
Yes.
Okay.
But not in the hallway, more just right in the living room out in the open. I know he has one,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure she does, but I didn't hear any shots.
You didn't hear any
I have
gunshot?
no idea how exactly it happened.
Okay.
The police have noticed a large number of alcohol bottles scattered all over the downstairs veranda. They can smell it lingering in the air on this warm Florida Keys night. Could Jordan and Brittany have actually slept through the sound of a pistol going off in their own house?
I woke it up and I got looked at him and talked to him for
That's confusing how he didn't hear it.
call it 1 or 2 seconds. He's like, I'm calling 911. Like,
Yeah, no, that was a good thing to do. So you hear the scream.
That's kind of sus.
Yes.
You come out. She's saying, "Jordan, you know, help." He's laying on the ground. She's holding his head, holding his arm. How's she
Mostly
holding?
holding him by his back, trying to keep him upright a little bit.
So he was to sit him upright.
And I could see nothing on his stomach.
Only the blood was coming from his back.
Somewhere in his back.
But was there a shirt? He had a shirt on.
No, shirt was off.
Could you see the wound on his back
I
or
could
no?
not.
She was covering because she was holding him up. Gotcha. Okay. But you didn't hear any gunshots. Did you hear any fighting and nothing?
No. Unless something happened outside.
Yeah.
Like I was.
Is he protecting her?
Are they known to be violent before? No past at all?
No, I've never had anything weird with them, and I've lived with them for about a year, and I've known.
Oh, was he in a drunken slumber? I guess that would kind of make sense because
Both of them for.
I don't know, but a gunshot though.
Jordan may have made the call to 911.
I mean, I don't know. That shit does happen sometimes where you're sleeping and like you hear a noise, but like that noise is within your dream state. So like you're you know, like when you dream something and then a noise happened, but that noise happens within your dream. So you assume that it was your dream that made that noise. You know what I'm saying?
911, but at least in the eyes of the officers upstairs.
Oh my God, I forgot to tell you guys. I had a weird dream when I was Amy was doing an appointment and I was sitting in the car waiting for him. And I laid back in my seat and I'm talking 5 minutes, bro. 5 minutes. And I guess I fell asleep because I had a dream that I was streaming, but like all of a sudden I just fell asleep. Like I was just like this on stream and I couldn't move. And I was like trying to like talk to chat and I was trying to like be like, I'm fine. But I was like, oh my God, chat probably thinks I'm having a stroke or something. Chat probably thinks I'm dying, but I'm not. It was weird. It was fucking weird.
He is their leading suspect at the moment.
Were your sleep paralysis demon? I think so.
Where is you said a gun?
I'm not dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about streaming. That's a giant difference.
Was in the hallway or the room?
I saw one when I was on the phone and came out.
Yeah.
She was right in the floor, in between him. I saw some kind of holster.
Okay.
Just for right now.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Upstairs, a devastated and distraught Brittany is having a hard time piecing together the incident for detectives who have arrived on the scene.
You went to sleep and what happened?
I went to sleep.
Okay, and then you woke up?
I woke up.
And then
Okay,
and I was sleeping, and then like I woke up,
Yes,
and then
just him
like
laying on the floor?
it was that,
Sleeping?
it was crazy.
Okay.
I don't dream about you. Shut up,
Is he okay?
parasocial weirdos.
I have no idea what's going on.
You wish I dreamed about
Okay. Were you, who is he to you?
That's my boyfriend.
That's your boyfriend? Who's that?
My roommate.
Your roommate? Okay. How long have you all been living together?
9 months.
9 months. How long have you known him for?
2 years.
2 years.
This might be a good time to take a look at the relationships between the three residents of this home. Jordan and Tyler had met a couple of years before. Jordan, who had his own fishing boat, got to know Tyler, who worked for a local boat maker. At the time, Tyler was living with Brittany and her then boyfriend. After Brittany's relationship took a rocky turn, she left with Tyler and the two became...
Back up. He was living with her while she had a boyfriend, and then she broke up with her boyfriend, left with him. Is there a pattern here?
was living with Brittany and her then boyfriend. After Brittany's relationship took a rocky turn, she left with Tyler and the two became a couple. Brittany earned her living by managing a board hut where people rented out paddle boards and kayaks near the beach. The two found this house to rent and invited Jordan to rent out a second bedroom there, splitting the $3,600 a month rent 3 ways. Jordan's job often took him out to sea for 2 to 3 weeks at a time, so it was an ideal situation for the young couple. For Jordan, it gave him a place to hang his hat and to rest when he came back to land. Now, their little place in paradise seems to have come crashing down. Downstairs, they're trying to get a better understanding of what happened from Jordan. They need to get his side of the story before bringing Brittany downstairs.
You want to know something crazy, chat? I saw a video of... Dude, I'm getting like multiple videos of this shit. I saw one video of this girl who only made $30,000 a month, $30,000 a year. And she was basically like living in poverty in America. She moved to China. And with that $30,000 a year, she was able to like get a apartment in the middle of like the downtown of a city for like a fraction of the cost that would be in America. And then I got another thing of this lady who moved to Germany, and she all she did was she was a part-time barista. She worked 20 hours a week. That's it. Part-time barista. They gave her 60 vacation days, by the way. And then whenever she went in to like apply, the manager constantly asked her if she thinks she would like the job, not the opposite. It wasn't a case of, are you good enough for the job? It was a case of, do you think you'll find a good place here? Do you think you'll fit in here? Instead of being like, yeah, you don't qualify. You're not good enough to work here. It was the complete opposite. And also, she got health care. She got dental care. She said she hasn't been to the dentist in 10 fucking years, and she was able to go to the dentist for free for working 20 hours a week. By the way, but we're not ready to have that conversation, though.
Situations like this, it is vitally important that the witnesses don't get a chance to speak to each other. Any inconsistencies between their stories could be clues as to what actually happened. There is no sign of an intruder, and it seems unlikely that Tyler would have shot himself in the back and then discarded the gun nearby.
You didn't hear any gunshot, nothing like that?
No. I had the TV on quite quietly and half asleep, but I think I would have heard something unusual.
Yeah.
I'm a fisherman and live on a boat half the year. I'm used to weird noises waking me up, so it's...
That's all I got for right now, right?
Upstairs, they are...
Dude, okay, to be fair, I assume that guy's innocent. I'm just going, I want everyone to clarify. If like something twists and he happens to be the bad guy, whatever. But imagine like working as a fisherman, living on a boat for months on end, coming home to chill out and relax, and then they fucking, like, the girlfriend murders the boyfriend while he's just chilling in his apartment. Like, that's gotta suck, bro.
Still trying to calm Brittany down and learn what she saw and heard. Brittany is extremely worried about Tyler and whether or not he's going to make it. She wants information, but the officers have to get as much information as they can as quickly as possible from her.
Is he okay?
I have no idea. The medical staff is doing what they... All right, now you can't go inside, okay? So you were asleep. What made you get up? Did you hear something?
I don't know.
You just woke up.
I don't know.
Okay. Was anybody else in the house besides your roommate, or?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay. What time did you go to sleep?
Classic guilty person. I don't know. I don't know. I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't recall. I don't know.
Were you aware at all he had a gun, or no?
I have no idea.
No, okay.
You don't even know if he had a gun, huh? I don't know.
When you went to sleep, was he sleeping with you, or was he still up?
I don't know. Say it. Say it!
I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
There it is. She doesn't know, chat. She doesn't even know if he fell asleep next to her. She doesn't know.
Can I get your first and last name?
I don't even know what's going on right now. Like, what the fuck?
What is that?
What is it? You gotta.
Is he okay? Is he...
Hey, like I said before, they're taking care of him. They're doing what they gotta do with him. All right. So
like that?
Finally, the paramedics have Tyler ready to leave. He's barely holding on to life, and they will have to get him down the stairs and to a nearby ambulance. If there's any chance at all for his survival at this point, it will require a near miracle.
What's going on?
they're taking him to the hospital
Why?
because he was bleeding.
Did you really just asked why they're taking him to the hospital? Okay. All right. Okay.
Bleeding. What's that gonna do? I got one by name and date of birth out of Florida.
What is going on? My dogs are in there.
Yeah, just leave them be for now, okay? First name's gonna be Tyler, Tango, Yankee, Lima, Romeo. I mean, Echo, Romeo. Last name is gonna be. Is it NU?
There it is.
NU, correct?
Now that Tyler and the medical workers are clear of the building, crime scene preservation becomes the biggest task for the law enforcement officers. A protesting Brittany is escorted downstairs, her dogs left behind still in a closed-up back room of the house. Once downstairs, she'll be sat in one of the chairs there away from Jordan. Sheriff's deputies will be assigned to watch them to prevent any cross-talking. As they wait, the sun begins to rise on a Saturday morning in the Florida Keys. Roosters begin to crow in the distance, and the time begins to weigh on the two. Jordan, used to long waits as a fisherman, handles it well and calms down. Brittany calms, but seems more tortured by what happened, and strangely, a bit put off by it all. Outside of the house, a mobile command center has been brought in for the detectives to work from. They are now better able to coordinate the
Sick tat, by the way, actually.
information coming in and keep control of their crime scene. Then the information comes in from the local hospital that changes everything. Tyler has died from his wounds. The case has now gone from assault and potentially domestic violence to murder. After another check upstairs in the house, it's time for the two witnesses to be spoken with individually.
Jordan?
Yes. Go next across the sheriff's office. Can we chat for a little bit? Sure.
Has anyone here told you about your buddy?
No, I've been asking, but no.
Sorry to tell you, he passed away.
Oh my. I had a feeling that's why they weren't saying that.
Okay, his reaction seems normal. His reaction seems normal. A fake reaction would be, no! Why, God? Why? He's so young. Such a young boy, taking him away from me, saying, why?
Out of earshot from Brittany now, Jordan has more information to offer up. They begin by letting him reconstruct the night from the beginning, starting from when he had just gotten home.
Were your roommates upstairs home?
We were all downstairs until probably 10:30 is probably when I went up and started watching TV.
Forgot to fix my Discord link again. Okay, you know what? Why am I burping so much, dude? It's actually pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. I have just been nonstop burping. On top of my nonstop coughing, I can't, bro. I can't with this shit. Let me make an invite link right now. There. There.
Something like that.
So you got home at 7 and just hung out in the patio there underneath the stilts?
Yeah.
Were you guys all drinking?
Yeah.
How much do you think you guys had?
I mean, I can't speak for them. I don't think. I know Tyler had maybe 5 or 6 beers. I probably had a little more because when I was working on the boat earlier in the day. But it's definitely less than 9.
Kind of
and her, I don't know.
Is that average for you guys?
I mean, for me, similar, but for him, no, not as often.
Okay. How often does he drink?
It's been a couple weeks. He's had a really bad cold, so I know he hasn't for at least a couple weeks, is my guess. Okay. I just got back the night before last.
Not enough legs?
10 days, so.
Sure. Okay. Do they have any problems? How's the relationship?
I mean, it's usually pretty good, but they definitely have their little issues here and there.
Remember what the latest issue was?
I don't know what causes it usually, besides usually the drinking mixed between the two of them. It's usually her side more than his. Like, I'm not like pointing fingers or whatever, but I've just, like, since I've lived with them, I maybe saw like 3 somewhat yelling arguments, like nothing physical ever, like, but there was one other time where, like, she woke me up in the middle of the night, similar to this, but obviously just nothing had happened, you know? And it had nothing to do with him. She was just out of her mind that night, and, like, nothing bad happened. I kind of just took it as a wash, and, like, we talked about it the next day, and it was, like, a joke over a broken cell phone that I think she threw his, or vice versa, I forget exactly. I didn't really see it, I just heard it. But that was normally it's perfect, you know,
When you said she was out of her mind that night, what do you mean? Like,
just certain people that drink seem to not handle it as well, or whether it's a long day.
We get it, Bird. We get it. It's your moment, all right? It's your time to shine. You see the body cams. You see the crime scene. You're like, oh, I'm going to sing and tell everyone about how good I am at singing. Shut up! No one cares, Bird. You're distracting me.
Drinking, and the two of them both drinking together all day, I just sense, you know, just out of her mind as if
you're trying to rizz up their mate, you know.
Sensing a troubling pattern, they press Jordan for more information.
Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, I'm the one who pauses the video, not you. I pause the video. You can't pause the pauser. That's me. I do that.
Functioning properly, just not making sense, talking, stuff like that.
You think that's the alcohol, or you think there's something else going on?
No, I think it's probably mostly the alcohol, because the only time it's like when they go out on the little boat and they're out together the whole day on a weekend, and then they come back and drink a little bit here, and I feel like that whole day thing is just no good.
Yeah, all day out drinking in the sun on the boat, and come back and it keeps going.
Yep.
So when you got home last night, were they downstairs already?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And they were already drinking?
She was, he wasn't.
How was the mood when you
great.
walked home?
It was great. Everybody was getting along fine. I felt like it was a normal good night, you know?
And you were downstairs drinking until what time about?
I'd say around 10:30ish was my guess. And I went and watched a couple episodes of TV, and I was pretty well asleep when I heard her screaming, and she's the one who woke me up. And
Chat, by the way, chat, I actually used to have a channel point reward to pause the video, and I had to remove it. For those in chat being like, oh, that'd be chaos if Pig made a thing that paused the video. I did have that. It fucking sucked. It was a terrible idea. I'm never doing it again.
I don't know how to even picture it. It just makes me sick. I can't say what happened because I don't know. But he was coherent when I came by him. And I just would see the blood, and it's just, I saw a pistol. I don't even know what happened. I just saw a lot of blood. But I did see a gun sitting there in a holster, which I'm pretty sure was hers. I never heard the shot. If that's what happened, I didn't get woken up by that. I got woken up by her yelling, and instantly I tried to look at him in the face, and like that's when I called 911.
Yeah, quite interesting that he called 911 and not her, right?
I didn't know what happened because I couldn't see anything on the front side. I might have saw the blood around him, so I knew there was something in the backside, you know. And the little bit I got out of him, like I didn't see it. I don't know what happened, but I heard him say that bitch shot me in the back.
They try to get Jordan to focus on those last moments with Tyler.
Dude, you can't. That's not how this works. All right, you can't pause. All right, oh, my power. He's taking my power away from me. He can't do that.
When you first got up to him, how with it was he?
What's that?
How coherent was he? When
That's
you
the
first
only
got
power
up?
I have.
Very, very little. He was trying to move a little bit, just talked a little bit, but it was mostly you get to see it, and he would try to like move his head, and his head would just fall back, and I could see him try to open his eyes, but it was definitely not like couldn't stand up on his own by any means or anything like that.
And where is she?
She was behind him, kind of like cradling him.
So he was on his back. Did she like lift him up to get behind him, or was she?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
A couple times. And that's when, yeah, I knew it was pretty bad because like she kind of was trying to get him to wake up, and he.
You know, sometimes I think that, you know, she probably has some mental issues, probably has like maybe some mental illness that causes these problems, you know, that these manic episodes basically. You know, I feel like there should be like some like blockers, you know, like if someone has like a mental issue, they should have to go through like a screening to get a gun. You know, I feel like that would be a cool feature that would be like added in the future, you know. I don't know, Florida. Maybe you should consider that in the future, Florida. I don't know.
Fell and his head hit the tile, like not like nothing hard, but like I could tell he wasn't in control of his body that well.
No,
And then
no,
he reiterated
stop!
the damning statement.
No, no.
You mentioned that he had said something to you. When was
Yeah,
that?
but it's like I didn't see nothing. I just
Why not introduce psychopaths to the U.S.? That'd be based, actually. that would be based. But then but chat, I would be like that one villain guy who like you can't do anything about me because like you can I on the psycho thing you can't control, like my brain is just blah, you can't stop me system because my brain's off the charts. I would be that guy. I'd be the cool guy.
know what he said.
My head blown smooth off for gay thoughts. Yeah, the government would just set up that system. Is like, oh, you're having gay thoughts. You're having gay thoughts. No, I'm sorry. It was just one.
Because I was trying to figure out what the hell happened. And I'm pretty sure he said that bitch shot me in the back.
Where was she when he said that?
Right there.
Did you notice anything about her? And how long after you made that statement did the first patrol guys show up?
A minute to 2 minutes. It was right when I was on the phone.
Did he say anything else?
No.
Was he still?
No, he did say one other thing. It's, like when I first said, like, Tyler, what happened? He's like, just call 911. And that's what I called. And then he said the other part. But that's the only two things he said was, please call 911, which I was already going to do, but it was like.
Jordan would willingly provide a written version of his
guy,
statement
man.
and be subjected to swab test for gunshot residue. The detectives would then open up one of the police vehicles and give him a place to sit out of the sun. In the meantime, they also sat down to speak with Brittany. The time alone downstairs has given her some clarity, and now she begins telling a story of waking up in the night to an aggressive and angry Tyler.
Here we go. Yeah, I woke him in the middle of the night. I'm remembering all of this right now. It's crazy. Like last night, I don't know why I was going to remember. I don't know, he probably drugged me, but like I woke up and he was like all like up in my face, and I was like, "Stop! What are you doing?" And he started like punching me, and then he tried to kill me, and then he grabbed my gun and tried to kill me, but I was just so quick, you know, with my moves. You know, I fucking knocked it out of his hand, shot him in the back. Oops! I was by accident. I didn't mean to.
She has told one deputy that Tyler grabbed her by the throat and attempted to strangle her while keeping her pinned against a bedroom wall.
You're just remembering that?
So, at this point, we've kind of remembered that you're fighting to survive at this point. You said that it was getting hard to breathe when he was choking you?
I don't understand why any of this is happening. Like, I don't understand why any of this is happening.
Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, why?
I mean, it seems like crazy, violent encounter. I mean, obviously it's scary. When you were up against the wall there, where were you? Like, still next to the bed?
How did you get the gun?
No? How far away from the bed do you think you were?
I was on the other wall by the window.
Wall by, like, the back window? And where's the bed in relation to that back window?
I don't know.
You haven't been inside to check it out yet. Okay. So which way does the bed go? Like this way in the house? The head is over here. Okay. And so the foot of the bed is over here, and the back window's there. Okay, where are you?
On this wall.
On the wall. Okay. Do you think you were within like arm's reach of the nightstand?
I think I was trying to get away.
Sure.
I just don't know why or what was going on, but I think he just kept trying to strangle me, like, over and over again.
This is the best lying I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was just like totally strangling me. And I was like, what the heck? What is going on? Why are you doing this? And like, he was strangling me. And like, I don't know. It's so fucking weird.
Like, you felt him squeezing over and over again, or did you get away and then he grabbed you again over and over again?
Both.
All right.
The detective shows empathy for Brittany. He tries to keep her telling the story.
I mean, I can see how you're doing anything you can to get away from him.
I have to get away from him is the thing. Like, he's the most kind person.
Well, not at this moment.
I don't know.
I mean, you're in fight or flight mode right there if somebody's strangling you.
He was fucking strangling me.
I mean, that's crazy.
He did it before.
At that point, it doesn't matter who it is to you. You're trying to get out of there alive.
No. I paused, by the way. It wasn't him. I clicked it before him. I'm just for the record.
Could this have been a case of self-defense rather than murder? The detective keeps offering this option to her.
Did you reach over to the nightstand and grab the gun to scare him?
I don't know. I would never want to hurt him, ever.
I don't know. The gun just like was in my hand. I don't even know how I got there. And like, I don't know. It was like, I don't know. He was strangling me, and all of a sudden, like, a ghost came out of the wall and grabbed it and handed it to me. And the ghost is like, shoot him. And I'm like, you're not real. You're not real, ghost. And the ghost is like, fine, I'll shoot him myself. It was a ghost. A ghost killed him. It wasn't me.
Oh, like, I don't know if I did. I don't remember. I remember holding him and kissing
I'll tell you, if I'm in a fight for my life and I can reach over and grab a gun and a knife stand,
I would never shoot a person. I would never, like...
well, it's a pretty good way to scare.
Why even have the pause animation if the video's still playing? True. True. Like, my pauses are better because it stops the video, and then everyone in the YouTube comments complain about how much I pause the video. No one's complaining about his pausing because he's not good at it. The only time pausing is good is whenever people are whining about it.
Somebody off, even just holding it, grabbing it. I'm not saying you have to grab it to shoot him, but if you can reach it and he knows you have it, he might back up.
I don't know what happened.
You just don't. I don't know. I know.
Was this just a momentary lapse of reason for Tyler, or was he secretly a monster? The detective had to find out, but there were inconsistencies popping up, not just in her story, but in the physical realities that he could see.
What?
He's never had any violent tendencies in the past?
Yeah.
He has? What happened?
He did that before.
He did that? How long ago was
Like the video, not the dude that keeps pausing. Yeah, that is probably one of the greatest comments I've ever had. Love the video this dude's watching. Fucking hate the guy in the corner, though.
What was that?
4 or 5 months ago.
Okay. Did you call us?
He, I was able to just get away from him and go back to bed, and he was blacked out. I don't know.
How did you get away from him that time?
I had pushed him off me, and I think I scratched him on his neck or something.
You scratched him on his neck, pushing him. How?
I don't know. He switches, and
I'm not gonna lie, I've not seen a genuine ounce of emotion yet. Like, everything has just been performative.
He hasn't really drank since that last time. And
Where did my beard go? I don't know.
yeah, I would assume so, because
I never had one.
I drink a lot, I would say, for sure.
You think that's what switches him from kind, cuddly boyfriend to kind of crazy?
It's the only thing. He's a wonderful human being otherwise. He would never hurt anyone unless he was defending his family. You know? Never. It's not him at all.
Oh.
So the last time he was super drunk, and this time he was drinking for the first time in a while.
So now we have a new picture forming. Could Tyler have tried to strangle Brittany? For the shooting.
When you were up against the wall,
maybe beard was a generous word. You just look different, like shaved more than normal. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I had a glorious beard, and you're hitting me with beard is a generous word? I'm sorry? My beard was glorious. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Did you see a
was
look in his eye that you didn't remember? That was weird.
I don't know. He kept.
When did you have a beard? All right, I'm
looking at me, saying things that like weren't making sense, like calling me like you slut and.
I'm sorry. I'm just the way that she said that. It just like, I really doubt he said that.
Saying that like he was gonna teach me a lesson and that like just shit that made no sense at all. And he was just like, look at what you're doing to me. And I was like wasn't doing anything at all.
Dude, it's not even like, it sounds like a parody. You know what I mean? It sounds like a Valley Girl parody of this. It's like, I mean, like, I don't know. It was just like, slut, you're a slut. Like, why are you doing this to me? And I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm like, I'm just like here. And he's just all like, you know, that. And I'm just like, no, And then he called me a slut. And it was like, what do you, I don't even know what's going on right now.
Oh, this makes no sense. You're not making any sense. Go back to bed, like. And I'm just
That was a part of. By the way, chat, that was not a sound effect. That was actually in the video.
screaming, like trying to make a noise so that Jordan could hear me. Anyone, like, I don't know what to do at that point.
Sure.
What the fuck? I would never, Tyler would never hurt me. Like, it's not him.
It's like not him.
What you did.
There's a physical piece of evidence that is telling a different story than the one Brittany is sharing. He's giving her every chance to dig a deeper hole for herself because he's noticed for all of her story of a mighty and life-threatening struggle, she shows no signs of one. Noticing there was no bruising around her neck nor scratches, her eyes showed no signs of petechia, the breaking of tiny blood vessels in the whites of the eyes and the eyelids caused by strangulation. In fact, the only signs of hand-to-hand injuries was a swollen and blackened eye that officers noted on Tyler as he was being worked on. There really wasn't any question left in the detective's mind at this point. Not only had Brittany shot Tyler, but her story of self-defense was not stacking up.
What?
Brittany would be
You're
booked
telling
and
me
held
she
for
was lying the whole time?
trial with a bond set at $750,000. It would be late February 2025 before she would stand trial for the second-degree murder with a firearm of Tyler Newlish. During the investigative process leading up to the trial, numerous friends of the couple would be contacted to find out about the people involved, their lifestyles, and the love they shared. They painted a very different portrait
Is this
of
AI? Like, what is happening? Like, this doesn't even look real. Like, am I crazy? Like, is this like an AI generated image?
of the couple than Brittany did.
Chapter 4.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, my name is Detective Scott Costa. I work for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. I'm trying to contact Maritza Pietrobono.
Oh, yeah.
Is this Marissa?
Yes.
Hey, Marissa. I just want to see if you might have a couple minutes to chat with me about Tyler Newlish.
Where Brittany showed up and then drove them to a local bar. It was on the way out she realized that Brittany was heavily intoxicated. At the bar, a sloppily drunk Brittany would turn vicious and then begin talking about her ex-boyfriend.
So we went to Hogfish, and so we were at Hogfish, and she was talking about her ex-boyfriend, and very aggressively and very angrily, and talking about their relationship, how much she hated him, how, you know, she like wanted to kill him, and saying all this crazy stuff. And she was crying about how Tyler saved her, and she loved Tyler so much. And I was like, I agree, I love Tyler. The bartender's looking at me, you know, I'm kind of giving like side eye, like, yeah, I need to get her home. And I did not want her to drive anymore, so I was saying, you know, that oh, you know, if Tyler could come pick us up, or DJ was offering us to get us an Uber. My boyfriend is DJ. So I made sure that she messaged Tyler to come pick us up there, and she did. and she kept dropping her purse on the floor, you know, things like that. So we walked over to the docks, and when we were there, I made sure that she called Tyler again, and I actually spoke with Tyler, and I was like, Tyler, I'm so sorry, if you could come. And he was so nice about it. He was just a doll, and really, you know, kind and sweet, and was like, yeah, of course I'll come, you know, pick you guys up.
Dude, I hate this because it's always the super nice people that get fucking manipulated by these fucking psychopath narcissists, man.
And she was just so hammered at the docks as well. It was like, I got like, we did not even drink the beers at Hogfish, and then I got us 2 light beers at the docks, not, you know, knowing that I didn't want her to drink. I didn't want her to do any shots or have any more alcohol. And when we were there, she was crying.
I see why the temperance movement got so
about
popular.
How much she loved Tyler. He saved her life. She was so happy to be with him. She was kind of hanging all over me, almost trying to like kiss me, just very intoxicated behavior. The bartenders were kind of laughing. I was laughing, saying, okay, you know, we're going to go home now. And Tyler picked us up.
And then the story turned again. This time, Brittany's alcohol-fueled anger turned on Tyler.
And when we were walking back, I was so happy to see him. And we were walking in like the parking lot area, and she ran and...
Good people suffer bad things while bad people get the good things. Yeah, chat, that's why I always say, if you're one of those people who are super kind and super nice to everyone, you need to live life not trusting anybody until they prove otherwise. You know, don't trust first and find out later. You gotta be skeptical. Don't trust until they prove otherwise that you can trust them, you know?
Jumped on his back, like being playful, trying to jump on him, but he almost fell because, you know, we didn't know it was coming. She was like a raging bull, like went and jumped on him. He almost fell over and was like, oh, come on, Britt, remember, you know, you did that before, and you almost, you know, I fell on my face or something. And then she got really pissed off and was like, you're a fucking faggot, excuse my language. And she was punching him in the arm and calling him a faggot and saying, come on, you can't like pick me up and stuff. And I was like, oh, I was trying to make it funny because it was uncomfortable. I was like, oh, everyone's gay in Key West, so we're fine, you know, like making jokes. And Tyler was laughing, I was laughing. And we finally got Brittany in the car. She sat in the front seat, and I walked around, I gave Tyler a hug, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm not, you know, drunk, I'm not intoxicated. I did not get her this way. I didn't want him thinking like we went out and got all fucked up, because that wasn't the case. And he said, no, Marissa, it's totally fine. Like, you know, she was drinking before. This isn't my first time. It's fine. I'm not mad at you or anything. You're not in trouble. I was like, okay.
This kind of behavior would be remarked on time and time again by other friends and acquaintances. As detectives spoke with each, a picture became very clear that Tyler, far from being a domestic abuser, was actually the victim of one. A pattern became very apparent when Brittany
It's how it is, man. It's always the nice people that get the bullshit, bro.
drank.
So
she
stupid.
drank to excess, and when she did, Tyler became her punching bag, each attack becoming more and more vicious. And most times, the anger wasn't stemming from him, but from her past relations, many of whom may have suffered her wrath in their own time. When it finally came to trial, Brittany's defense attorneys argued that her actions were the result of a trauma that she had suffered early in her life. The argument did
Chat, you can tell it's made by real humans because the judge is T-posing.
not sway the jury in the week-long trial. It took them less than an hour to find her guilty. She would be sentenced to 40 years in prison due to the use.
I mean, I guess 40 years probably like kind of life for her, because what is she, like 30 something?
Of a firearm in a crime. She will not be eligible to receive any time off of the sentence for the first 25 years that she serves.
Loser.
Brittany is now serving her time at the Homestead Correctional Institution. It's far from the life she probably had envisioned for herself in the Florida Keys, but her drinking and her rage took that away from her, as sure as the promising life was taken away from Tyler Newlish.
Loser.
We would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and loved ones of Tyler Newlish, a young man taken far too soon.
Then what? I mean, how does this end regardless? Like, do I go and sit in jail
Well, we have to do our investigation and find out who did this to him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be 100% honest with you. At this point, it looks like you did.
Yeah. Well, I think we all got that part.
Yeah. Well, that's just me being honest with
Does not give a flying fuck, bro. Shows zero emotion at all.
So then what, like, I sit in jail awaiting a trial for murder.
you. Well, if you can tell us
She's literally laughing. She's scoffing about it, bro.
exactly what happened leading up to, maybe there's something that we can do for you. Maybe we can talk to someone for you.
Rot. Fucking horrible fucking person. I hate people.
What's going
I hate people.